Pretty sure I heard him crash. He went about 60, 70 yards and stopped, and then I heard an awful crash, so I'm hoping that was him going down.
Early season in the mountains, North Carolina can kind of be a mixed bag sometimes. Some years there's so many acorns, both red and white oaks, that the deer are so spread out it's extremely hard to pattern them, figure out what they're doing because one tree is almost as good as the next. This year, however, we've been blessed and kind of lucky to have a year where acorns are just a little bit spotty in areas. And for us, that proves to be a huge advantage because we can see exactly which trees the deer are preferring to key in on. When they have less options, obviously that makes our job just a little bit easier.
Even with that little bit of an advantage, bow hunting is still bow hunting, especially when you're hunting a new property. And even though my summer scouting was productive, I still liked seeing the deer that I thought were there in the first few sits. After bouncing around, I finally found exactly where the deer were going, including one good buck. I was just about 30 yards off, but at least I knew now where I needed to be seated. I decided to get ready and give it a go the next morning. Maybe my luck would change.
Well, I'm back in here this morning. Same spot I was in yesterday morning. I was about 30 yards off yesterday. I didn't know it. And I was in a staging area. But what I didn't realize was on the northeast side of that staging area, about 30 yards from where I was sitting, there's a white oak that's just screaming hot. This year, for whatever reason, most places don't have any acorns. This place has got a lot of acorns, or several acorns. But this is the only white oak I've found in all the places I hunt, public, private, all of them. This is the only white oak that's dropping that I've found. And it looks like a stampede below me. There's probably 20 to 30 rubs within a 50-yard circle of me right now. And some of them are big ones. So, I slipped in here this morning. I saw a pretty good buck yesterday coming to right here. But again, I was 30 yards off. And actually, he came through at 25. I couldn't get the camera on him. It was too thick. And too thick for a shot. I could have shot him if it wasn't so thick. But he came right to here. So, we'll sit here this morning and hope that he'll do pretty similar. Something similar. And if not, there's 4 or 5 bucks in here that I would shoot. So, it's so hot in here that, as far as sign goes, I didn't even bother to even think about putting the camera out or anything like that. I just got out of there and slipped back in here this morning. So we'll see what happens and give it Sunday morning. So I got to get out of here at probably 9:45, 10 o'clock to get to church at 11. So we'll sit tight and maybe something will happen this morning.
After a pretty slow start to the morning, I was taken by surprise when I saw a deer come through some trees at about 30 yards. The leaves were kind of wet this morning. It was a little bit foggy, so it was kind of hard to hear anything coming, and the deer was able to get on top of me before I ever knew he was in the world. All right. When he finally decided to come out from the other side of the tree, I stopped him again. This time, he gave me an opportunity.
down a little bit. Gosh, I can't believe that. This is that new property I just got to hunt this year, and anytime you hunt a new property, it takes just a little bit of time to get everything dialed in the way you need it to. And I started off up on this ridge, and all I saw was does. But I knew there was good bucks in here. I had pictures of them in the summer, and I'm like, well, I'm off. I need to figure out something. I came down the hill and found a staging area right up on the hill, and that was a pretty good spot. But they weren't coming under me, or the bucks weren't coming under me, but there was tons of rubs. I saw a good buck yesterday morning, and I watched what he did. And after everything cleared out this morning, I slipped down here real easy, like didn't touch nothing. Found a real hot white oak. So this morning I came in, same as that hanging hunt, and got set up. I'm actually in the tree that's hot. Well, the white oak's right there. I'm about 8 yards from the tree that's hot. It's the only tree I could get in, and sure enough, he came down just like buck, just came down the same way that buck did yesterday. Came right by me, had about a 22-yard shot. I hope it's on video, I'm not sure. It happened so fast, there's no way that it was shoot or hold your peace. And so I shot. So, pretty sure I heard him crash. He went about 60, 70 yards and stopped. And then I heard an awful crash, so I'm hoping that was him going down. We'll see. I'm gonna ease down, get my stuff real quiet, because if that is him, he's not far. And I'm gonna ease out of here.
I can't sit here and act cool, calm, and collected. I'm tore the heck up. I've ran around the house getting some coffee. Ethan met me at the house. We're about to go in here and try to find this deer. I don't really know what it is. I know that it put me in a rage and panic, and that's kind of my gauge, is if I go in a rage and panic, then I shoot, even if it's a 4-pointer. So I don't know, but I look back on the footage, it's a pretty good deer. Looked at the arrow, there's coated in good bubbly blood, good blood right past the, right where the arrow hit, past the shot, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard him go down, and so we're gonna slip back in here, and the shot looks great on footage. It's tight to the shoulder. Arrow blew through it. Arrow flipped out of him when he jumped. So yeah, I don't know what else to say, but I'm absolutely tore up, and I'm not even gonna sit here and try to act cool about it. It's been a good morning, so man, I hope we can find this deer. If we can find this deer, it's been an incredible start for us here at the Stickboys. And my brother actually just got off the phone. My brother just about made it an even better morning this morning, but unfortunately the buck came right underneath him and smelled where he went up the tree. So.
Here's the arrow, coated in good bubbly blood. Good blood right here, bubbles all in it. Hard to see blood on these wet leaves.
I didn't go nowhere. Look, you're here, look, you're here. Hey, dude. Hey, bud. Oh, he's pretty.
Well, he didn't go very far this morning. Actually only went about 50 yards. I did hear him crash. Perfect hit. Went through the near side shoulder and came out perfect in the armpit on the other side. Absolutely cannot ask for a better hunt than I had this morning. Been hunting this property for, I just got permission to hunt it like 2 months ago, and it took me a couple weeks to figure out what the deer were doing just through observation. And I really like hunting a hanging hunt situation, and so this was a perfect example of why being mobile is so effective. I've said it plenty of times, you can be in the right stadium all day and it ain't gonna work. You gotta be in the right seat, especially when you're hunting with a stick bow. So just got lucky enough and today got in the right seat. 2-year-old deer, I'm sure. His hocks are already nasty. I found a bunch of scrapes and stuff on the way up through there, and he
obviously has been taking part in that. But again, I just couldn't be happier. Blessed to be able to do this kind of stuff. We here at the Stickboys, we just kind of got lucky this year and had a heck of a year so far. So we're going to try to keep that momentum going. And like I said, couldn't be happier. Great morning, and can't wait to get back after them as soon as possible.
The thing that made this hunt successful was the ability to keep an open mind and keep moving until I found the right seat that I needed to be sitting in. To have this, you really need a mobile unit, such as a hanging hunt, climb, or something similar that allows you to move wherever the deer dictates that you move. All in all, it was a great early season hunt. It's hard to ask for much more than that. Everything just seemed to fall into place, and I was lucky enough to take a great deer. Hopefully the rest of the fall will continue along the same path that it started for us here at the Stickboys. We're sure going to be out there trying. If you like this video, go down there and hit that subscribe button, and be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook at the Stickboys. You should also check out our new podcast, also called the Stickboys, and it is located anywhere podcasts are found. Places like Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, all will find the Stickboys podcast, and what you'll find is that we only talk one thing. That's bow hunting. Pure bow hunting, 100% of the time. So go check it out. Also be sure to go check out our friends at the Professional Bowhunter Society. You can find them at professionalbowhunters.org. You'll find a great conglomerate of people that really know what they're doing and are extremely helpful for almost anybody that will ask. Hopefully you're having a great fall as well, and if you get a chance, be sure to take someone new out and show them what we love about this outdoor lifestyle.